a lot of people
point?
do know.
I think people know Lecrae.
They know who he is.
You can't tell me you don't know.
I would also.
Want the sauce. Pray that their decisions send them back to God.
What's good, man? This your boy Plain James, and you are in the field with the Trackstarz. You.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Okay, so we wanted to take some time and go to Trackstarz and all this stuff, but we wanted to take some time to talk about this new project coming out. Well, it came out with Lecrae and Zaytoven. So some of us have heard all of it. Some of us have heard some of it. So we're gonna kind of, it's more of a, we're talking about the fact that it exists more than a review of the actual album. So what do you think about Let the Trap Say Amen?
I like it. It was a lot of trap for me because I like
too much trap.
Right. Well, I'm from the suburbs, so it's like I'm like, man, it was cool. It was cool like having like Waka Flocka and Verse Simmons on it. It was cool. Like I was like, I like how he's kind of going into the world of other people outside of like the Christian culture. Yeah, I just would have liked more variety. But overall,
I mean, it was a themed album. Like, it was themed as trap. So that's what you're going to get.
I think, me personally, I liked it. It's a good album. I don't personally think it speaks to Lecrae's strengths because his pull is his transparency and his vulnerability. It's not in this album. He'll have to go back to All Things Work Together or any of his earlier albums. But one thing while listening, I think that he sounds better on this album as other people. So anytime he was using auto-tune, anytime he was using different cadences, different flows, he sounded like other rappers, and I like those songs. But when he was actually himself rapping the way he raps on the trap beat, it didn't sound natural to me. So when Lecrae is on his type of rhythms, his type of beats, his voice works with that. But on this album, him imitating like more mainstream secular artists worked well. Like when he sounded, there's a few songs he sounds like the Migos on it, and I like that. But when he's just being himself on a trap album, it sounds a little out of place.
Okay. Yeah. I personally didn't like the first single. What's it called?
Get Back Right.
Right.
So I was a little nervous about it, but once I started listening to it, I was like, okay, it's pretty good. I finally got to hear Zaytoven kind of flex his muscles a little bit on the beats, and I can't remember I don't have the track listing, but it was the first. What's like the second through fifth song?
So Get Back Right.
Preach.
2000.
I liked
good.
I liked Preach. I liked I actually liked Two Sides of the Game. I know y'all didn't like it, but
I like that song.
Only God Can Judge Me. I liked.
Waka Flocka.
So yeah, there were songs on there. I was like, okay, this is good. Like it actually sounded really good. So I thought it was a success overall. And I think because it was themed, he definitely has a target, right?
Yeah.
You know, we do target market analysis for Trackstarz music and stuff. So he definitely nailed his target, right? So what I'm hoping is that they'll be open to it. Clearly, Zaytoven and Lecrae had a master plan, right? They were in this last movie that just came out. They were, a lot of things converged at the same time. So it was genius planning to kind of connect all those things together at the same time. So hopefully it works. So hopefully the people that he's really trying to... Clearly, Lecrae's target has changed. Or I don't think internally his target has changed. I think this was always his target internally, but it's manifesting differently externally now. He's actually getting his label to point towards the actual target now. And unashamedly, in a way, he's going after that target, right? So I think he's starting to finally get to them. I just hope they accept it. I hope they really take it seriously and they actually give it a shot, because he's still Lecrae. He's still talking about Jesus. He's still doing the Lecrae stuff, but it's clearly a different marketing plan now.
Have you ever asked somebody who, have you ever talked to somebody who's like, when they make a comment or something, when they talk about Lecrae, like, yo, he's changed so much.
Yo.
Have you ever had that conversation with him and you be like, but he hasn't, like, what are you talking about? What he's doing is, I can understand the part when they talk like, hey, he's working with this person. I'm like, okay, I kind of understand that. You don't want your kid to hear this person. I understand that. But him as himself, he's been the same. I mean, I don't even think, and I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, what are you talking about? It's still Jesus music. It's not as thorough Jesus, like banner Jesus music, but it's still Jesus music. You can still hear like this dude is.
I was telling Ryan is the only difference, and I think the reason people are upset is that Rebel Lecrae was kind of a cheerleader for Christians.
Yes,
he was cheering you on to be like, you are not lame, you are not whack, you are not in the corner. We're the best. We're the coolest people.
Yeah,
that he was cheerleading Christians, especially Christian men. Now he is talking to his original intended target, and he's not talking to you guys anymore. I think that's the shift. It's not that he's still talking about Jesus. He's still uplifting people.
Yeah.
But now he's not uplifting Christians anymore. He's trying to talk to non-Christians directly.
Yeah.
And people feel left out.
Yo,
I think that's what's going on.
I think people will get like the wrong judgment of Lecrae without reading his new book, Unashamed, because I read that like last week. Totally changed my perspective because he really outlines what he is doing. So basically there's a difference between edification, uplifting the body, and evangelism. So a lot of people, they'll be like, he's changing. It's like, no, he is more directly
he's not afraid to do it now, where he used to be afraid to do it.
So even in the book he was talking about his feelings were hurt that people were calling him part of the Illuminati, and people
they call us a part of it. Everybody gets that.
Yeah, but people who are in the Illuminati, they don't be like, yo, that hurt my feelings by accusing me, or saying it hurts my feelings that you say I lost my way or I'm selling out. So I think if people knew like, hey, he's not going for a sermon, he is going for, like he said, I'm not going for a sermon, I'm going for Psalms, because David in Psalms, he's not preaching the gospel, he's just saying his experience. But we don't criticize Psalms as being like, oh, you're not as worthy as the gospels, because it has a totally different target and initiative.
I mean, like I said, I think I'm still trying to figure out Lecrae sound. That's just me. I'm just the only one.
I think he can do anything.
I think
he can, but
I think he's embraced the fact that he's just gonna float.
Yeah. And I came to that conclusion too. Like,
I love his versatility.
I really believe Church Close 3 is Lecrae, and I really believe he wants to do that. But it didn't work.
But you got to look at the market analysis. I think that's him too. But that joint did not work.
That or Anomaly. Those sounds.
All things work together was dope.
I know, but I don't know if
phenomenal.
I don't know if I think he's so good as a rapper that he can flow on beats and he can flow on any song you put him on, because he's a great talent and God's blessed his pen. But I think his natural sound is either Anomaly or Church Close 3.
But the one thing about Church Close 3, he tried to pull a Beyonce where I'm just going to release
just dropped it. Yeah.
Nah, you got to know your clout. Yet. You got to know your pool. Like, you got to know there's levels to this.
You think that same album with Leeway would have done better?
I think from the records with Anomaly doing so well, it had great marketing, great publication and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
but it was a mixtape.
Yeah, that is true. That's the thing. It was a mixtape, so you're not putting that same energy that you would. Because that's what I say when I listen to
is this
all the church, all
this
his
is like a serious album. It treated kind of almost like both.
We got to pay for it like a serious album.
Yeah.
No, we had to pay for the church clothes except for one. That was on like Dat Piff.
Well, he made the other ones available for free too. So.
Yeah,
but yeah, this was an album.
Yeah, I mean,
collab album.
I think Lecrae is starting to see more of getting more in of the industry, whereas like, more people are starting to trust him. Like, oh, that's the quote unquote Christian rapper guy. That's what I think. That's what the industry see him, but they know he's nice, but they know what he's about. You know what I'm saying? And I think
it's almost like he's in, from his role in the movie, and I think he's embracing being the chaplain of hip hop.
Yeah,
I think he's okay with that now.
Yeah,
I think he knows that he's not gonna be thought of as
like Chance,
the greatest rapper alive, and that path is not there for him. I don't think, but I think he is accepting the fact that he's gonna be like a chaplain on a football team. Like we go to you for support, advice. We know you're the Christian. You're gonna be the one to encourage us to leave the life we're in. We know it's like I feel like people are gonna start looking at Lecrae like, okay, I know, and I think that's gonna kind of be his role in hip hop, is to kind of be the the morality center, right? And I think he has a chance to be that.
Yeah.
So but I think he's moving towards that.
I still think he's
great,
good though.
He is good, but I'm just saying that.
I'm not negating
right now.
like I don't think it's just gonna be that.
But I think he knows that they're, at least for now, they're not gonna ever accept him as who's better, Lecrae or Kendrick. I think he knows that he's been labeled as the Christian guy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even more so than Kendrick. Chance.
Chance, yeah.
So
I'm still figuring that out by the over even the embracement of Chance. Now recently he was rapping over a guitar and he said your favorite rapper is your favorite rapper is a Christian rapper. Like for him to say that and people still embrace him and not Craig, I think that's still a problem.
Chance will still do the other side of that.
Yeah.
Chance will still come at you the other way, right? And Lecrae will never come at you the other way.
He'll drop subs, but he ain't gonna just do a whole Shake Your Dread song. You know what I mean? Like that chant. What was the name of that song?
Oh, no problems. You don't
problems.
No problems with me.
I think it's because,
he could honestly,
but
but he would never come out straight and do a straight up that song, right? Or like what's the other feature he had in that song with Justin Bieber?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. What the DJ Khaled?
Yeah, that joint, right? And so you hear Chance on that, and you're like, Chance, whoa.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, what he said about the young lady.
He still has the duality thing, but
because
Lecrae's been consistent.
But that's not gonna happen with Craig. You feel what I'm saying? And so because Craig won't do that, then Craig's gonna always be what he is, and I love that.
I don't think his living will make him accepted to the mainstream and like the broader audience, because people like Chance because you have the best of both worlds. Like you a Sunday Christian or whatever. Like I can naturally like in Lecrae's book he talks about, I don't go to strip clubs with them. I don't be drinking. I don't be smoking weed. His lifestyle is convicting to people.
Yeah.
But Chance, you're doing everything I'm doing, but then you also say Jesus too. So if I'm not saved, you ain't affecting me. Yeah. I get to do what I want to do. But Lecrae messes that up.
But Lecrae still wants people to understand that, listen, regardless of how I live my life, I'm still like here for you. Like I'm just as Chance. I just really walk this thing out. You know what I mean? Or Chance is still learning how to walk this out.
But and what who is this?
Nate.
What he said is true. I mean, it all comes down to if Kanye West or Jay-Z or Kendrick 100% co-signed him, everything we're talking about doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
People will get with it, whatever he does, right? A lot of this is based off of cosigns. I 100% believe if Kendrick was like, "Yo, Lecrae's the man. Listen to his stuff. Put some on his project." People would have to get used to it. Bro. I'm telling you,
because Rhapsody was on his album and Rhapsody didn't do.
But she got a great cosign, and people love her album.
Yeah, they do.
They wouldn't even have listened to it. But if it wasn't
popular stance, like Kendrick is pop music. I was
but
like,
he got a cosign too. Nobody would be listening to Kendrick if Drake didn't cosign him. Dre, like everybody needs Drake, that big cosign.
On Scorpion, if Drake album come out and you see Lecrae's on there, is it Lecrae out of here?
It's not just on there. Drake has to be publicly saying, Kanye pulled Chance in, like, this is my guy. He was really his guy because he's writing stuff. But like, this is my guy. So it needs to be like, this is consistently my guy. This guy's good. Listen to him.
I don't know no more, man.
I'm telling you, that changes everything.
I know it does, but I'm just saying I don't know if that still has that impact, because I use Rhapsody for example. I think she's dope. I think Rhapsody can rap. I think she is like, she puts forth effort.
How do you know who Rhapsody is?
I've heard about her a while ago though.
Does Lecrae need all that stuff?
Know who Rhapsody is?
Huh?
How do you know most people?
Does he need it?
Probably from.
I don't think he needs any of this. Lecrae's the man.
I mean, probably from.
He's the man to us.
Probably from
Christians that knew him.
To
I'm not with you guys. I'm my own person. Outside of I'm just saying.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
But outside of
that's what I'm saying. So that,
but she didn't. But normally on a situation, okay, prime example with Drake and Kendrick, when Take Care, when Drake put Kendrick on that opened him up to a way bigger audience.
Yeah, but he has advantages. Like, he's a guy, like people she has disadvantages, just like Lecrae for being a Christian. It's not going to be as big, but it definitely helps.
I mean,
if somebody co-signs you super hard, it's going to help.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the next step for Lecrae? If he's like bottled or like stopped or like something like that, what else is there?
He needs he's gonna keep getting bigger and bigger cosigns.
No, I'm saying, isn't he already like he's a chart killer
It
consistently,
doesn't matter.
right?
That has nothing to do with the fact that
Like,
why don't
what's
they
the
talk
deal?
about him on Everyday Struggle? Why don't they talk about him on like he may show up?
He's the Christian guy.
He may show
That's-
up on
that's-
the Breakfast
that's what it
Club,
is.
but they don't talk about him like when his album charts and stuff like that. There's still a level up for him as far as being a globally recognized artist.
So there's another level for Lecrae to get to.
And that's what I think he's gunning for. Because if he could get to that level, then it almost forces people to have to listen to what he's saying. I think he's just trying to get to a place where people have no choice but to hear what he's talking about.
Well, Blessings was all over the place. I remember hearing that record locally.
Isn't he
Because
right now
yeah,
on
sorry.
Times Square or something like that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just saw a
Yeah,
billboard.
but
That's a
money.
billboard. That's a
You
billboard.
pay for that.
But that's the thing. He talked about this
Great placement.
with the Grammys.
That's Columbia though. That's Columbia
I'm
Records.
just saying. Like,
I mean, that's a good. You're right,
But the
that's
thing is, think about it. If you didn't know who Lecrae was, that means nothing to you. You
That's
recognize
true.
it because you know who he is.
That's
It
true.
takes a long time for that. You have to see his image over. You have to see him with people you know over and over again. That's how marketing works. You got to drill it into people's head that, oh, I need to know who this person is.
I ain't gonna lie.
If you see him once,
I remember when we went to Times Square when we was up last year in September, and I saw a Boogie joint. I didn't really know who he was. I know he a rapper, but I was like, yo,
it may spark.
Yeah,
It may spark
yeah.
your interest, but it's not a. Still takes time after that. They need to see it again
Yeah.
and again and again. And he's getting there. Getting this appearance in the movie, getting this here
Yeah,
and there.
he's everywhere.
He's getting there. But I think he's gonna be in 2 years. You're gonna be like, oh, I see what you're saying now, because he's gonna be even further than you thought he could go.
So Lecrae was talking about it. He was like, at the Grammys, he was discounted because he didn't win like a hip hop Grammy. So he has to achieve like that. I guess like
It's like he has,
like
he has a
worldly
D-League championship
recognition.
to people.
'Cause
It's like,
they-
yeah, you won a championship. but
because
you
they
ain't
said
in
it was like
how
a
people say
JV.
D League.
That's how
Really?
No,
people
that's what they
treat him.
said.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
was like-
because
And he even
won
talked about it in his book.
But he said this. He said this too. He said something about Elvis never won a Grammy and those big things, but he did win a Grammy in a smaller category, quote unquote. But it's still a Grammy. You know what I
Elvis?
mean? No, he was comparing himself not to Elvis, but like how he won. Like Lecrae was basically saying, regardless if it's in a Christian or hip hop, I still am a Grammy winner. It's
He
still
got
in front,
Grammys.
like, in front of my name. It says Grammy Award winning Lecrae. You know what I mean?
But in the bigger like.
But again, if you're
spectrum,
not
then
in
they
the
respect
general
it.
conversation, the hip hop general conversation, they're not talking about him on Joe Budden's podcast. They're not talking about he's still not in the general conversation.
What if
he's getting close to
but
being
isn't
in
he
the
on ESPN? Like his
That don't
sound, his
matter.
music is on
you
ESPN.
only notice that because you know who he is. Randos don't
Yeah.
know who Lecrae is.
But let
They
me
don't
ask you a
care that
question.
he's
Just
on
like he
All
just
these
said,
people know Lecrae.
just like he just said,
Let's do a poll.
how much is this his lifestyle more than his music? Because his music goes. His lifestyle may be something where a Joe Budden may be like,
people. Here's the deal, and I've heard Wayno say it, academics say it. People just want people to talk that mess.
Yeah.
They want to hear people talk about mess, and if you ain't talk about mess, it's like, yeah, it might be good, but that's not what I'm in the mood for
What do
right
you mean?
now.
Think
That's
about-
as in like
think about
struggle
this.
or like
No
garbage,
drugs.
Yeah.
Think about
girls.
this.
They want to hear.
remember
mess.
when Joe Budden was on Everyday Struggle and he started talking about Chance and Chance had a guitar. He's like, I don't want to
Get
hear
that
this
outta here.
positive stuff.
Get out of here with that stuff.
And this is talking about Chance.
People feel that
Yeah.
way. They feel that way. They're like, I don't want to. I want to hear somebody talk about gully stuff.
Something I
just
can
wanna hear
twerk to.
that.
Yeah.
You said Gully?
Gully, yeah.
Gully.
What's this true?
What's Gully?
Yes, what's Gully?
It's a New York slang for
Yeah.
like getting ratchet,
Yeah.
turning up.
I like it. Think you guys
It's
teach
very
me
old.
new words.
It's from the
Yeah,
90s.
yeah.
Oh, so it's not a new word.
It's
I'm
not
a
a new
90s
word.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm saying is that I think that's still a big hurdle to overcome, but he's getting closer. Getting a Zaytoven cosign, who's also a church kid, getting that cosign, you need allies. You need people to say, you may think this is lame, but I don't. I think this is amazing.
What feature would take him over the top?
I mean, the big ones. The
J.
Drakes,
Cole.
the Kendricks, the J. Cole's, yeah, all of that.
But J. Cole
give
said
me,
he doesn't
give me
need
a
no
clear.
J. Cole said he don't need no feature.
But again,
He
it's
good.
not
He
just getting a
apparently
feature;
doesn't.
it's getting the verbal, public. Like it's the Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Yo,
Is
that
Lecrae not
that
on the
Migos
same
record is like
No.
the new Beatles.
Yeah.
That changed their trajectory when
Yeah,
he said that.
it did.
That's the
About-
kind of cosign I'm talking about.
I don't care who you listen. He's not on that level.
So
So I have a
Lecrae's
question.
not like on the same level of J. Cole. You said no.
No,
No.
What are you talking about?
We're not
Oh,
even talking. We're not talking about skill wise. We just
Yeah,
talk
we're
about
talking about
recognition,
skill-wise. I'm saying
popularity.
recognition-wise.
You think
Not at
Lecrae
all.
is on the same recognition level in hip hop as J. Cole?
I think everybody knows Lecrae.
Man, dude.
Not
like,
everybody.
Yo, you like that
We
kid
are-
in the bubble.
We are literally in a niche. Like, we are Christian rap.
I
Do I-
think
do I
people
think-
know
No,
who he is.
That's what I'm saying. I think people know
that's
who
not
he
the
is.
same.
But it's not the same.
But they know who he is.
not the
Lecrae is
Let's
the
do the
Kirk
research.
Franklin of rap. Like
Still,
everybody
everybody
knows
knows
Kirk
Kirk.
Franklin, but they don't listen to
they
him.
They don't get the
This is
same
my thing.
response. J. Cole walking down the street won't get the same response as Lecrae walking down the street.
That's fine. I just want
That's
to know
what-
the
I think
research.
that's what we're trying to
Do
say.
people know who he is?
Not as many people as J.
Yeah.
Cole.
I doubt that.
Man.
Why? Why
I
do you
want
doubt
to
that?
research. I want to do the research.
Either you
I wanna
making
see
great
it.
radio right
Do you
now,
know?
or
Do you know?
really
Do you know how much?
naive?
Do you know how much J. Cole sold on his last project?
Huh?
Do you know how much J. Cole sold on his last project?
I know Lecrae kills consistently.
I'm just saying,
We
like
need the
there is a difference. What I'm
what's
saying
the
is
Give me the number.
it's like 400,000 or something like that.
Yeah, he broke Taylor
He killed
Swift.
it, like
yeah.
J. Cole is on like a Eminem level right now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But what I'm saying is Lecrae can get to that.
I
He's
think people know
gunning
Lecrae,
for it.
though. I just really believe people at least know him.
Being aware of somebody and like knowing somebody.
Everybody's
is
like,
different.
nah, bruh.
But yo, I have a
Alright,
question.
You
then.
get the point.
Is it
I don't like
it
the point.
achievable?
Huh?
Do you think the gospel message, in its essence, being not well received, is the reason he will always have a plateau?
I think anything is possible.
Sorry.
I think anything is possible, and with the right cosign, anything is possible.
I wanna
Now,
see the research.
I don't think people. There's going to be a segment of people in the world that will never give him a shot,
Yo.
just because of what he said.
What
Hate.
we need to do a topic called good and bad cosign. What's a bad cosign for Lecrae?
Someone that nobody knows.
No, I'm talking about what's a cosign that you would like?
Donald Trump.
Yeah, okay.
That would hurt his career.
I don't know who does like the most
Kanye.
drugs.
Kanye said, "Yo, Lecrae right now."
Kanye is still a good cosign.
I'm doing this. He said, go outside in the mall and do a poll and see who knows Lecrae. And I'm definitely down for that. Actually, I'm gonna make it my mission.
You're gonna waste your time.
Huh? No, I'm not. I'm gonna prove you guys wrong. No, you know what? I can't. Actually,
What's the
I
point?
can't.
Honestly, a lot
What's
of
the
people
point?
do
'Cause
know.
I think people know
who he-
Lecrae.
They know
you
who
can't
he
tell me
is.
you don't know.
I would.
And
I would
Lecrae.
also.
I'm telling you, I
also
literally,
look at.
don't know Lecrae.
I do this all the time. I ask people, do you know who Lecrae is? About
What did it take?
50%. 50% say they know who. He
Most people tell me I know Lecrae. I said, do you know anything about Christian hip hop? No, I know Lecrae.
It depends
Everybody
on
knows
where you
Lecrae.
go though, because if you're in Atlanta, yes, everybody's gonna know who Lecrae is. It's fine. But if you go to like Texas, Mississippi, like Idaho or something like that, they're like,
I can't go
what's
to
Christian
Idaho
hip
and
hop?
say, hey, do you know Lecrae?
They're like, what's
Go to
I
Christian
go
hip
to Idaho
hop?
and say,
Like,
do you
what
know
is
J.
that?
Cole? They be like,
They gonna be yes.
Yes, they will.
I mean, I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
if
play
you-
Idaho,
no,
but
no.
I'm just saying.
Go
Like,
to Idaho and say, do you know J. Cole? They
Go
will
to
say
Wyoming.
yes.
too.
No,
I read it.
I bet you they say they know Lecrae too.
We're
They know
wasting
J.
time
Cole.
No,
with
they're not.
You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tan, and DJ Jeremiah. Leg up!
Hey guys, Miracle here. Thank you so much for watching that episode. Make sure you go below, like it, subscribe, click the bell, and make sure you follow us on all forms of our social media. Also, check out our website and be sure you spread the word. We'll see you next time.
We know not what we doing. Screw that, they know, let them have it, do it. Okay, I'm erratic, prove it. Never mind, got a mind that'll wind up with me in a lineup behind bars with these bars. Okay, my time's up.
Team Freedom.
Yeah.
We not through yet.
All right.
Trackstarz Music presents.
Turn my volume up, turn me off.